student coordinators for the 10th Herbert Smith Freehills Kramer National Law University Delhi International Negotiation Competition. We are honored to stand before you at the close of what's been an extremely excruciating yet extraordinary days. We have witnessed negotiations of the highest quality, enjoyed a reception dinner that helped everyone unwind, and gained immensely from the invaluable insight of our judges competition. We are honored to stand
First and foremost, we extend our deepest thanks to Herbert Smith Freehills Kramer. None of this would have been possible without the remarkable partnership between HSF Kramer and NLU. Over the years, this partnership has only grown stronger, providing the foundation
Your patience, expertise, and thoughtful feedback have elevated the standard of the competition and provided the participants with lessons they will carry for their lives. We would take this opportunity to extend our foremost gratitude to the judges of the final rounds, Mr. Anubhav Kapoor, General Counsel and Senior Vice President at Samvardhana Madhushan Group, Ms. Gauri Rao, Deputy Director and Associate General Counsel at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and Mr. Mark Barden, partner at Herbert Smith Freehills Kramer. We thank you for taking our time and helping our participants gain. If we may now take this opportunity to invite our Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. G.S. Bajpai, to felicitate Mr. Anubhav Kapoor, and invite Professor Dr. Ruby Paul, Registrar at NLU Delhi, to felicitate Ms. Gauri Rao.
Also like to especially thank the judges who undertook the painstaking task of evaluating the negotiation plans. To the participants from leading universities across India and the world, you are the reason this competition is what it is. You approach the simulations with rigor, preparing meticulously and thinking strategically. You negotiate with clarity of thought, always keeping sight of your objectives. And you handle complex scenarios with great creativity, setting a new benchmark for this competition.
We are very grateful for the strong institutional support we have received for this event. We would like to sincerely thank our Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Bajpai, and Registrar, Professor Dr. Ruby Paul, for their constant support and encouragement, which have been invaluable in making this event a success. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, gratitude to our organizing committee and volunteers and various faculty coordinators who've been with us at every step of the event. From planning to execution, every detail bore mark of your dedication, energy, teamwork, without which competition would have not been possible.
Thank you to everyone's efforts. The 10th iteration of the International Negotiation Competition has been a tremendous success. It is now our pleasure to invite the Vice Chancellor of NLU Delhi, Professor G.S. Bajpai, to deliver the opening remarks.
Very good evening to all present, and I welcome to all the participants and the organizing team, my judges, to this valedictory and concluding session, and perhaps the most rated, session for obvious reason for this competition. 10th Harvard Smith Fields Kramer and NLU Delhi International Negotiation Competition, and in fact. I must recall my association and the association of this university with HSF, as we were just discussing, that we have reached to the 10th edition. When we started in 2014 with this competition, we didn't have much clue as to how this is going to be shaped in times to come. But today, when I see 34 teams participating, probably the highest ever in the last 10 years for this competition, which obviously was to confirm the fact that this international negotiation competition is going strength to strength in terms of attracting the participation from all corners of the world, and teams who are putting up their participation and contributing to the success of this unique, competition is very, very remarkable. And for that, actually, I must thank and acknowledge my very dear friend, Mr. Chris, who is not incidentally here, but let me be put on record to convey the gratitude and thankfulness to Mr. Chris, because he was the mentor in creating and structuring this entire idea. And he is such a phenomenal person. He's a man of parts, man of different interests, other than a lawyer, being a lawyer. He's a humanist to the core, and a very dear friend and well wisher to this university. So I hope you convey my greetings to him. And of course, Mark is another very dear friend whom I have been seeing for the last 10 years almost. And apart from the fact that he himself is such an accomplished lawyer and someone who has tremendous expertise. He's a wonderful human being, and everyone he has not changed at all in 10 years. So that is also a compliment which goes to you and to you. It is very important for us to stay fit and healthy to be able to serve the community and to the society. So that's wonderful, Mark, and we have tremendous, so many memories, beautiful memories in the past 10 years. Every year they come with love, mercy, and respect and good wishes to this university. And because of you, actually, we are able to create this, wonderful competition here, which involves too many people. I sincerely believe that the quality of this competition is but for the quality of judging that you always experience at all levels. I'm very confident that the judges who judged in the preliminary rounds and subsequent rounds, my thanks to them, and particularly for final, actually, two people on my right and left, they need to be especially thanked. Mr. Anubhav Kapoor, who is himself is a very senior expert and general counsel and senior vice president, who has spared his time, and I'm sure that his presence must have been a remarkable addition to what you have seen in the final. And of course, to Ms. Vari Rao here for your presence and your time and your participation in this competition is very, very valuable. Other than that, I also thank Mr. Siddharth Shukla, who is not incidentally here yet to go. He has contributed tremendously in making this and establishing this whole competition here in the NLU Delhi. Very, very remarkable. So my thanks to him. And I also have to convey my thanks to Anupriya, our old student here. I'm very happy to see that your own students come back in a different position, representing this panel. Nothing can be so delightful than this, and we feel that this is our contribution. So, Anupriya, thank you so much for your presence. And of course, I understand organizing this kind of event is not very easy. So, faculty coordinators, all three faculty colleagues are sitting here. Okay, but I'll count you also because you have been stated, and of course the entire OC. But I understand that typically the nature of such competition is that in the end you will find one team will be adjudged the winner today. But we believe that all the teams who have participated in this competition will be tremendously benefited from this. And you will realize very soon that your learning will come in multiple ways to benefit you, all future endeavors that you do, because the experience that you gain in these competitions is very, very valuable. And you will realize in your next assignments that this has been very, very worthwhile. So I believe that the skills you have developed in the course of this event will be instrumental not only for a career in law, but also for any profession that demands creativity, innovation, and pragmatism. So my good wishes to all. Lastly, I would also like to take this opportunity again. It's a pleasure for us to hosting you. To be on the host side comes with certain plus and minus. The minus is our own team will not be able to participate. That is something that we always miss. The students always talk to me, say we can also do that. And I believe they can do that. Mark, we should do something. We should. Because this is the 10 years. And while maintaining all objectivity, I leave it to your wisdom to create some arrangement through which they can also be the part. I understand the dilemma and the anxieties in such a situation, but depriving them is also a little, I won't say unfair, but definitely a little problematic. But anyway, for us also, it's a great learning in many ways. So we hope that you, and especially the team members who are coming from abroad, I'm sure you must have been able to spend some time and enjoy the surroundings of Delhi. I'm told your social was very, very exciting yesterday. You can confirm me later, but I believe that these are occasions where we, get to know each other and take very good informed memories with us when we leave. So I, on behalf of the National Law University, Delhi, again convey my greetings to you, safe journey back to your places, and I wish all the teams luck for all future endeavors, and maybe we can again meet in some other place at some other time. Wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your very wise words, sir. If you may now have Mr. Kapoor say a few words and Mr. Gowdy say a few words.
Thank you, Valedictory, sir, and all the teams that are participating today and are present there. I think this is a privilege for me to be part of this competition and supporting it. This is my second year. Last year also, I was privileged to be part of this competition. And since I can compare, I can tell you the quality is improving every year, and the quality of discussion in the team is going higher and higher. Right, and that is extremely gratifying because as professionals, when we are in the industry, we are looking for skills which are not textbook skills, right? And negotiation, as Mr. Valedictory said, this is a unique format. I don't see any other competition coming even closer to this format, and it's a really unique format in which this whole competition has been done. And thank you to Smith and NLU, and this is also an occasion I meet my friends there, Chris and Mark. I think they bring a lot of energy and intellect to this whole competition, and special thanks to you and Mr. Valedictory because of his visionary thoughts. This is something that we have been able to fly and get to a successful level. So extremely very delighted to be here. And these are also what I would see as this, these are the skills that we see extremely relevant from a corporate point of view, right? Given that the kind of businesses that that are growing now internationally, we need more and more lawyers who are negotiating international deals. And when it comes to very large deals, I think negotiation and project management are the key things that probably are becoming central to the whole management of law itself, right? Major transaction, but there are so many parts to the transaction that not only your lawyering skill is required, but also in terms of managing those transactions are also required. And these are some of the competitions which bring these things, because negotiation is something that sits at the interaction of law and art, right? That's a skill. You can't be like person can be very good in law, but he may not be good in negotiation, right? And it's an ideal mix that and skill which has to come. It not only comes by practice, but by experience as well. So extremely delighted to be part of this competition where the whole impetus is on these new kind of skills. Of course, this is also becoming relevant given the trade situation that's going on in the world. The country has to kind of negotiate different FTAs, so not only apart from the financial transactions. So it's like a skill which is growing and growing, and the need will be there in the future. But every time, I think that's one part of it. But coming back every year, I see the quality of the discussions going up. I see the quality of the teams going up, right? There's much more energy in the discussions, and I'm sure people who are even not participating, when they're just following the discussion, it's a very enriching experience, right? Because it is one thing to be part of it, but if you can even closely follow how different strategies can play out in real life world, that itself is an experience that needs to be followed, right? So I think it is beneficial for both all the teams. So I think with that note, I think I want to congratulate participation itself if all the teams are winning. So all the best for your future endeavors. But yes, some people are better. So, and we will soon be announcing the results. So thank you, and thank you once again, and best of luck to all the team.
So I recognize I'm the only thing standing between you and the results, so I will keep this very brief. One is a huge thank you to Herbert Smith, Fields Kramer, to Professor Vajpayee and NLU for hosting this, and to all the wonderful teams for the enthusiasm and the energy that you put into being here. The second is the caliber of the negotiation round that we judged was outstanding. Observations were made that it is actually higher than what we have seen in real life negotiation settings. And I can imagine that that was taken through all the rounds. So really well done to all of you. And the last thing I'd say is that all of you are at this exciting cusp of time where technology and AI are really going to change the legal market and the future as lawyers and legal professionals. And so I really urge all of you to really engage with the tech, reimagine what the role of a lawyer could be, what the role of a general counsel, a partner, a litigator could be, and use that to shape your careers and your futures, and take the collaboration skills that you've learned today to take the AI and the knowledge that we have to a next level, and to use that to further enhance your careers. So thank you, everyone.
Like Ms. Rao said, I think we're all waiting for the results. And if I may just add one more small barricade to cross before we get to the results. I'm so sorry about this. Mark, we would love to have you say something and then directly move on to the results by the dais.
Thank you very much. Well, look, I will keep this brief, but you've got to add to the dramatic tension, right? Made for a few moments before we get to the answer. So, recognizing I then got a small window of your attention before we'll go on to the results, I wanted to start with a huge thank you. So, I said when we opened the competition how pleased I was to see everybody, how pleased I was to see the variety, the teams coming from all across India and internationally as well. But again, thank you so much for all the effort that all the teams have put into this. You can really feel the effort at the time, the sort of love that people have put into getting this competition up and running. And so my thank you to all the participants for what has been, for me, a great experience and what I hope has been a great experience for all of you. If the theme of this competition is collaboration, then one of the key skills that I have seen on display throughout is empathy. Right, and empathy in the sense of, I think referring earlier in your comments to active listening. You've got to understand the people across the table, you've got to empathise, and that's the only way you can get through a negotiation. Those I would suggest to you are proper life skills in whatever you choose to do afterwards. So please focus on that empathy that was so abundant, particularly last night whilst Gasolina was playing. So that's a highlight certainly for me. So my first comment is a thank you to all of you. My second comment is a big thank you to my fellow judges. So absolute pleasure to judge with you guys, and that was a real treat. So thank you as well for the comments and the feedback you're providing that I know people will give appropriate weight to. So thanks again for your time. Lastly, an even bigger thank you to NLU Delhi and all my friends here. So we at Heather Freehills Kramer are very proud of our long-standing association with this institution, which we consider to be an excellent institution for so many reasons. But amongst those, there's a forward-thinking spirit, hence this kind of negotiation being hosted here. There is a very warm welcome that has always been extended to us at Herbies, and I imagine that everybody here has experienced the warmth of that welcome. And so a particular thank you to a very good friend, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Bajpai, who has shown a personal interest in this competition right from the get-go. A big thank you to Professor Marie Paul as well, the Registrar, who has been very supportive throughout. Of course, to all the members of the faculty, current and former, who have given so much to this competition, and to all the organising committee as well. You guys have thrown heart and soul into this. It's gone amazingly well. I've loved it. I'm sure everybody else has too. It's been a great competition and a suitable 10th edition. So I think a quick round of applause for with that, the results. Would you like me to wander over there, announce from here? Up to the front.
Yeah, if we could have everyone in for the picture.
Yeah, we can come there. With the system that we have been following for this ceremony, Mark, you remember now, yes. So we will be here. Yes, this is the time. Please come. Let everybody be here. Thanks.
So, you sure you ready? Yeah.
Yeah. You can start out from the
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll do the runners up first.
Yeah. And best presenters, all that.
So we want to build up the
Yeah,
tension.
yeah.
Okay.
Please engage the venue.
Oh.
Sorry, because I have done.
What do you mean?
Like exactly, like that.
Well, first of all, in the spirit of the competition award, which marks the team that showed what the IMC stands for: resilience, excellence, and constant work. We award this to Emma Heavens from the University of Law. Unfortunately, Emma hasn't been able to join us because of some health issues. We have the teammate Vasu join us.
Next up, we have the best negotiation plan. This award goes to the National University of Advanced Legal Studies.
Congratulations. Well done. Wonderful. Can you just move there for a?
We now have the best negotiator of the preliminary rounds, which is Dev Advani of the West Bengal National University.
And we now have the awards for the runner-up and the winner.
Yeah, so for the runners-up, after a very tight and excellent final, I'd like to congratulate the University of Technology, Sydney.
Wonderful.
And we'd now like to announce the winners.
Yeah.
In the University of Cambridge.
Here you go.
There you go. Great work. Good work. Yes, yeah.
Finish?
It's a good job.
Yeah.
Congratulations to all the winners and to all participants who participated in this competition. I'd like to invite our registrar, Professor Dr. Ruby Paul, to deliver the vote of
Ladies and gentlemen, everybody has already thanked each everyone, but still it is a formal responsibility for me to suppose a vote of thanks, for which I'm very happy. And this brings us to the end of the 10th edition of the Herbert Smith Kramer International Negotiation Competition, for which our students, faculty members, as well as from HSF, people have been working for so many months. For which I would like to thank Mr. Mark Douglas and Mr. Siddharth Shukla from HSF Kramer, and especially Anupriya, our own Anupriya, for who have been behind the scene for organizing this competition from abroad. I would like to take
this time to especially thank the judges for the final, which include Mr. Anupam Kapoor and Ms. Gauri Rao. Thank you so much for taking out time and accepting our invitation. Apart from that, I would also like to thank all the judges of various rounds, especially people who have drafted the problems, and also the evaluators who have taken up time to also evaluate the negotiation plans. This is a very unique competition, as everybody was talking about. And I second the opinion of Mr. Mark Badal when he says that we are not just computers when we are negotiating, but the most important skill that we need to imbibe is empathy and emotional intelligence, which is something which is very important. I think from now onwards, you will be able to work towards inculcating that skill also in your toolbox when you are going for any competition on ADR or any other. And it's also a life skill which is going to help us. I would like to congratulate all the winners and also thank all the participating teams who have come not just from India but abroad, who have come to NLU Delhi, have been here for 2 days, have been preparing for this competition. Those who could not get any award this year, I hope this experience was a great learning experience for all of you. You might have built new friendships, you might have taken a few skill sets from this competition, which you can use maybe in your life, as well as build up your toolkit for participating in the 11th International Negotiation Competition next year. I would also like to take opportunity to thank the faculty coordinators, Dr. Nidhi Gupta and Dr. Kenmore Lamar, who and our student faculty members for making this event a success. I would also like to take the names of the student coordinators who were comparing this event, Mr. Arjun Mahesh Guru and Ms. Divisha Mahesh Hasnadani. We have 20 names of the OC, which I will not like to take because of the paucity of time. And we have more than 30 volunteers who were working for so many months altogether for putting this event together. I also would like to take opportunity to thank the IT team, the members from the admin and the ground staff for all their hard work during these 2 days and the weekend when they took time to work for making this event a success. I thank everybody for being here for this Valedictory program also. Thank you.
All participants outside and out there.
Please announce.
Okay.
That would be good.
And that marks the end of the 10th edition of the INC. We now request all participants to move to the academic block reception to take a photograph with the dignitaries. And after that, I would request all the quarterfinalists and the semi-finalists to approach us to collect their certificates.